Walking Macau Streets. Dear Lord, show me a sign. Give me a map. Oh yeah.
So people are just kind of pouring in and pouring out. They're seeing kind of inside of the church. I guess we could pour in as well. So I think this is part of a tour that goes in and out. I think they're looking at some of the excavation and the... We got a lot of people. Actually today there's a lot of mainland Chinese tourists. A lot. You can feel it's very different than usual. 1577? 1552? Oh, he was born, and then as a young man he came, and what he did is he ended up learning, let me walk over this way and kind of overlook the whole thing. But what he did was he studied Chinese, studied Confucianism, became fluent in the language, started... Pretty crowded today. So we're at the base of Sao Paulo ruins. And we're going to just kind of show you the crowds. There's all these crowds all the way down. You can see them. And I guess what we're going to do is I think I'm going to try to meander that direction. Then we'll label it some kind of street and give you some kind of area to pinpoint it. Ooh, it's crowded today. 2024. Let's check out Macau. Come on. So you probably know where this is going to be at already because let's kind of see here. So people are just kind of pouring in and pouring out. They're seeing kind of inside of the church. I guess we could pour in as well. Yeah, we'll kind of pour into this. And then we'll try to give you, I guess what we'll do is the backside street of, so later what I'm going to do is go down this street over here. So that's called Calçada de Paulo. So I guess that'll be our focus, Calçada de Paulo. St. Paul's sidewalk. It's like excavation sites. So we're kind of giving you the experience of sorry. Giving the experience of what it's like to walk around here. Just kind of see what this is. So there's these long lines here. Sacred Art Museum. Okay. So it's a museum. So they're all going down there. So that's the backside of Sao Paulo ruins. Looks like people just step over the flowers, so I guess I'll step over it too. Let's see what this is. The Jesus Chapel, okay. So this is the foundation of the Jesus Chapel. So that makes sense because this is, we're standing in what was once inside the church. Okay. To I have seen this image before. So this image is the old structure, and I think the school would have been to the right, which is now the fortress is up there. And they're kind of reading about this excavation site. It's beyond our eyes. Oh, okay. So this actually it has some of the images. So 1970, this is still here. There's a lot more here. There's a Spinio, which is over that way. So that's 70. 1930. 1890. 1975. So I guess they used to have more of a wall, different kind of structure there. They just changed over time to the more modern one. Jump out of there. There's some other things over here too. Museum space at Sao Paulo's ruins. And it looks like they could actually go up to that observatory up there, but it's closed at the moment. Okay. Oh, they went into the staff only. So that's a little thing that says staff only. So I guess the kids went in there for a while. I don't know why. So I think this is part of a tour that goes in and out. I think they're looking at some of the excavation and the. We got a lot of people. Actually, today there's a lot of mainland Chinese tourists. A lot. It feels very different than usual. The reason I'm mentioning it is because you might not see it from the camera because I'm putting the camera forward, but from my sides I can see people. I look at different stuff than what's in the camera sometimes. But today as I walk around I'm getting a lot of people who haven't seen foreigner kind of looks and such, which is not common in Macau because people are really familiar with foreigners that have been here for generations and generations and 450 years of Portuguese and British and other Europeans. So earlier today I went out and I didn't have the camera, but I was in different people's photos and anyways, I think this might be part of St. Paul Street as well, but we're going to be going the other way. So speaking of history, that's been there for 450 years. But also I want to show this guy up here. We'll meander through the crowds if we can. Yeah, a lot of crowds. So there's a statue up here. His name's Matteo Ricci, but he's one of the first Jesuits to go into mainland China. So he went in the 1500s, or was it 1600s? Let's take a look real quick. There he is right here. So yeah, he was an Italian Jesuit who came with the Portuguese. And it was 1500, so that was his story right here. So 1552, 1610. And then it kind of talks a little bit about it, so I'll tell you more about it. But that's actually, he came here in 1577, 1552. Oh, he was born, and then as a young man he came. And what he did is he ended up learning. Let me walk over this way and kind of overlook the whole thing. But what he did was he studied Chinese, studied Confucianism, became fluent in language, started writing stuff in the Bible into Chinese, and then he became welcomed into the court. The official, with the Chinese officials. So that kind of was the opening door to accepting Portuguese here and tolerating the church and the religion and the people from Europe. Okay.
大哥，我早都提醒过你，这个地方就是我让你拍到满意，你啥问题？
It is crowded. So there's a lot of different directions we can go, but I'm gonna go this way. So that's the backside of Sao Paulo ruins. All the tourists. People hanging out today. And that's the backside of Sao Paulo ruins. That's the fortress. And this is the street, Calçada de Sao Paulo. It is right there. Calçada de Sao Paulo. Calçada is like sidewalk. This is like a little street for that up there is kind of a museum and a fortress. Tons of people everywhere throughout here today. But I guess our main focus today was Calçada de Sao Paulo. I'm just going to come up to the base here. I think the part of that museum tour they go through here, I guess. So that is our street. Right there. And then before we fully end our video, that's the Sao Paulo ruins. And then over here is the excavation site for the school. So they had a Jesuit school and they're excavating this behind it because it was in this area. So they had the fortress, the church, and the school, and they would educate people and people like that statue that we saw. He would have been involved as well with educating people about Catholic religion, or the Jesuits in particular, which were Catholics. Then we have some more tourist signs, but basically they're all just talking about the general history. And then this is the excavation site where they're doing stuff for the St. Paul's school from the 1500s. And with that note, we're going to end our video. We'll just come back over here. I'll just come over to the shade real quick. So he's yelling at sometimes those kids. They'll try to climb the fence and stuff like that. Okay. So we'll end it right there. 2024. Let's check out Macau. Come on.